Hi, I'm Pia, and I'm on my path to traditionally publish my next book. So I have written a draft. I put it away. I put it aside, I didn't look at it. I asked for feedback, I thought about it, and I'm ready to kind of go on and do my most polished, submission-ready draft. That's what I'm gonna be working on for the next little bit. I'm hoping to get this done by October 15th, September 5th. So I think I can do it. But the first step in doing that process, I'm going to sit down, read for the first time, draft 2 of TS, my queer sapphic Shakespeare retelling. Am going to take some notes and just kind of see where I'm at. If I'm like, this chapter is good, the tone of this chapter needs to change, this needs some tweaks. I already have some little ideas of, honestly, like, it's not big changes at this point. It is like, add a sentence here about this, add a sentence here about this, and I'm going to hopefully in this read through identify where I can put those little things that I had in the back of my mind that I want to add a little sentence here. I can hopefully figure out where I want to put those. Yes, I don't know how long this read through is going to take me. It is now a little past noon, just ate lunch, and I'm going to read and work on this until 5, and I have tomorrow as well to hopefully work on it. It usually takes me like a day and a half. But yeah, not really changing all that much, but it's really just, this is going to be a line level looking at everything. Do I like this chapter? It's no longer like, does this make sense in the plot? Which is an important question, but it is like, is the writing cohesive? Is exactly the way I want to say this thing? Am I exactly articulating this point? And really just line level stuff. I'm very, like, I sprung out of bed this morning at a ripe 9 o'clock because I went to bed late last night. Sprung out of bed this morning, very excited to work on this, and now I'm a little bit daunted by it, but I think I just need to start reading the draft and see where I'm at. I have, of course, pulled out my book notebook for TS, and I have written all kind of my thoughts before the read, and then I'm gonna take chapter by chapter notes, as well as in the doc that I'm working on. I'm gonna do comments and notes. It's gonna be a long process, but I'm just gonna take you through this like read through process, and then by the end of the video we'll like sit down and kind of outline what needs to be done in this third draft. What are kind of the big things that I'm seeing. Hi friends, my air is on, so I'm gonna hold the microphone because I don't want to turn it off because it's hot in here. Sorry. So I'm coming back like an hour later after finishing my read through of the first chapter. Now I know that the first chapter is probably, as it should be, going to be like the strongest chapter of the book. Now I want to get them all to this level, but especially in the second draft, I know I spent so much time reworking this chapter. I spent like a whole day on this chapter, which is not the pace I usually go through. What I ended up doing, I didn't use the notebook at all. But I did write a lot of things I'm adding. Just like little, like literally just like little lines that I'm adding, and I just kind of tweaked certain things, but I really like the first chapter. But yeah, I only got through the first chapter and I didn't write anything down. All of the things, they're in the back of my mind, and I'm coming up with more things. Like, one of the main things I'm doing in this draft is I really want to make sure like my side characters are kind of like full people. Because one thing that I love about writing YA is just all of the representation. Like, it is such a great place to see yourself, especially like as a young person. Like, you just want to see yourself in a work of fiction, or I do. I think my main characters are like absolutely fully fleshed out, but I want my side characters to feel less cardboard cutouty. So I'm just adding, that's kind of one of the main things. If you were like, oh, like what are you like sprinkling in? It's really just, I'm doing little sprinkles of things in this draft, and it's mostly just like tweaking things. But very happy with the first chapter. I just wrote a bunch of comments of stuff I'm gonna add in later, because I'm gonna do many a pass on this book to get it to the standard that I like. But I am like literally like I'm writing. I hate to say it, because I was like, this is a read through, like it's gonna be so quick and easy and I'm just gonna take notes. No, I've been writing. No, I've actually just been writing this whole time, and that's my bad. It'll be stronger for it. It's just gonna take me more time. And I'm like, this is not the worst thing. I just wanted to get a read through of it to like get a cohesive picture, but like I know what's going on. I've got it all up here, I've got it all here, I've written it many times, like I know what's going on. So I'll do another read through. at some point. I just want to tell you, 1 hour in, and I have done the first chapter, and I have taken no notes, but I have added lots of things, mostly for my side characters, because this is the introduction of the main cast of the main group, friend group that are in this book, because like I said, it's kind of a friend group centric, well no it's not, it's a romance, but there's a main friend group at the core of the story, and you meet them all in the first chapter. So great, now on to the next. Hello friends, I am wrapping up my writing for the day because I got through 5 chapters and I feel like that's a good stopping point. I got to the fake dating of it all. Is this a book about fake dating? I got to the fake dating. Listen, I'm a girl who makes a plan. I'm not a girl who sticks to a plan. I obviously had the plan. I was like, I'm gonna take notes in my notebook. I'm gonna take notes in the comments of the doc, and I'm just gonna kind of tweak like little like word changes and stuff. Well, what I ended up doing is I am fully rewriting, line level tweaking, and I'm not making comments anymore. Because all of my comments were just like things I wanted to add, and like really I could have just like added them in. So that's like now what I'm gonna have to do for like the first 2 chapters or 3 chapters or whatever it is. And this is with everything that I do. Like when I spend time away from something, I lose that like confidence in it, and it's legitimately in everything that I do. Like I feel the same way with like running and stuff too now, which like I took the summer basically off of running like entirely, and I'm a person that runs like a lot all the time, and like I've run half marathons and stuff like that, and I took summer off of running because I just like didn't like running there and I didn't have the time. And I like to take breaks from things that I love to like reinvigorate myself and get excited about doing them again. I think breaks are really important. So I kind of had this fear like going into like doing a run, because I'm like, I'm not like at the same level of fitness that I was at last time I was doing a run, right? And I feel the same way with like this draft. Like I was loving draft 2 and I was so happy with it, you know, like once I finished writing that, I was really happy about the story and I was in a really good place with it. And then I kind of spent some time away and people, you know, had it, and I was like getting less confident about it. And I have to say, like, I really do love this book. Like I'm so happy with it. I think I get a little shiny new idea syndrome, and I have been like outlining my next book and like getting excited about that, and I am like still very excited about that. But like I think it's good to like remind yourself of like what you're capable of, and like I wrote this whole book and like now I'm just like fine-tuning it and making it better. And I think that genuinely I love the 3rd draft. I think it might be my favorite draft. I usually do like a 3 draft process, just in the way that I split up doing my work on a book. I split it up into usually 3 drafts, a 4th draft perhaps if I do more developmental changes. I think I love the work of revising, because the 2nd draft is the hardest. Is it? Yeah, it's the hardest because it's a rewrite. I do a full rewrite for my 2nd drafts. I don't usually do them for my 3rd drafts. My 3rd drafts is usually more editing and revising, and I really love editing and revising. Like I love already having something there on the page. It is so like, you know, it's not the blank page that you have to deal with in the 1st draft. It's not the, again, blank page, but like previous work that you have to deal with in the 2nd draft. It is so much better, and I really, really love doing it. I just love revising. I love revising. It's literally how I do everything. Like I don't understand. There are those people who like will say in like college or high school and stuff, and they will be like, oh, I wrote the paper like the night before it was due, you know, like right up to the wire. And like I just don't understand that, because I'm someone that I just like write and I rewrite and I reword and I tweak and I change and I tinker, and like that's like how I like really like work on getting something, and I do it with everything I write. Love it. I love doing that, and that's how I do like everything. So I'm really liking doing that right now. I'm gonna crack open a cold beer. It's pumpkin beer season, which is really exciting for me. I kind of want to stay in my book right now. I'm also reading a book that's like very similar dynamic wise to the book I'm writing. It has a very it's not fake dating, but it has a similar, I think it has a friends to enemies to lovers situation, which I have in this book. I'm not sure tomorrow if I will be able to spend the same amount of time. Like I spent like 5 hours working on this today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have like the same amount of time or more or less. I am gonna try to hit the library. I love my library. Oh, I love my library. If you didn't know, I go to the library all the time. It's my favorite place to focus. So I think I'm going to hit the library after like breakfast and workout tomorrow. Try to get an early start and hang out there. I usually hang out there until I get really hungry and then I have to leave. So I'll probably do that tomorrow, and I'm not sure like how it's gonna affect like focus and work rise, but I'm anticipating pretty much getting the same amount accomplished. I think I'm gonna go through a few different passes of this, especially since I'm not doing just a read through when I said I was just gonna do a read through. So I probably am gonna do a few passes, because like even as I'm going, like I'm reading the same like paragraph, same sentence like multiple times, but I think I'm gonna do like 3 passes, I think, of this. 3 is just such a good number. I love it. I have more to update you on. I have more to talk about in this draft, because I have like one note, which is like a question, and it's like, do I need to include another chapter? And that is one thing I'm thinking about, is do I need to like include another chapter? I did think of an idea for an epilogue. It does not have to be long. I did think of an idea for an epilogue, and I do really like my little idea. I just like the idea that I have, that I'm like sprinkling in this element into the draft more, and I think it's like a good like way, because it's like in a romance, the epilogue is what wholehearted looks like. What it looks like when they're all together and they're all happy, and like that's the epilogue. And I don't like epilogues historically. I don't care. Usually I'm not invested enough in a romance book where I really care about the epilogue, because like oftentimes it's like they get married or they get pregnant, and I'm like, I don't care, guys. It's gonna be like a funny little thing, and I have an idea for it. So once I get there in this pass through, I'll write that, and then I'll go through a pass through of everything, and that will include a good revision of that as well. There are some chapters in this, which is so funny, in this that I first drafted in the second draft, and my quality of writing is so different, because like I can barely tell that they're like first draft chapters. Like I think chapter 2 was an entirely new chapter, was not in the first draft absolutely at all. It was like, I was really happy, like honestly, like on a line level, like I was really happy with that chapter. And I also thought like story-wise, like I thought in characters, like I really liked what it was doing. So I was like, do you think like I have just like different brains for the different drafts? So I'm not too concerned about like having to first draft quote unquote a epilogue, because I'll be able to like go through it a bunch of times in this final draft. And I'm also going to have to, in this process, also document the querying process. I did finish my query letter a while ago meaning maybe a week ago. And I will need to do, I did the comps, I need to do the synopsis, but I want to finish at least my first pass through before I do the synopsis. If you didn't know, the difference between the query letter and the synopsis is the query letter is kind of like, it's like just enough to like get you to the point, but it's like leaving out the end, leaving out like how things get resolved and stuff. It's just enough to like intrigue you. And then the synopsis is literally everything beat by beat that happens in the story. So yeah, that's the only other thing I have to do is the synopsis. I'm gonna work on after the full pass through. But I think I got out all of my, yeah, I'm gonna go watch some author tube and chill the heck out for the night. Hold on to the microphone again because my air is on, because I'm really hot. I forgot to film earlier than what is now 3 p.m. today, because I've been filming a TikTok and I for some reason thought that was the same. I think I got B-roll at the library. I went to the library, crushed 3 chapters, feeling pretty good about them, working on, like I said, like character descriptions, and like I have the introduction of a few characters, so I wanted to make sure like those people feel distinguished, their voices feel different, they physically, like you can picture them, they look different, stuff like that. I feel like that ended up better, and I tackled some stuff there. I also started making a crutch word list, because I haven't actually done this before, because I kind of know the words that I tend to use. And even while I was like writing this, I was like, I need to not use these words so much. So that's gonna be in one of the passes that I do. Like I said, I'm gonna do 3 passes. So I'm now, I think I'm on chapter 9. If I looked in my freaking notes, I'm on chapter 9. I like started working on it after I ate lunch, after I got home and ate lunch, but I wasn't kind of feeling it, even though I was happy with the chapter overall. Like I wasn't getting annoyed that I had to rewrite a bunch or anything like that. I was just kind of like not in the right headspace, and I think that's fine. So I basically switched gears. I like talked to my parents on the phone for a little bit, and then I switched gears, and now I'm working on my query list, because this is just like something I don't need to do it right now, but like I do eventually need to have this done, and I want to find agents that are looking for the exact thing that I'm trying to pitch them, or as close as possible, because I don't want to just like waste my time. So and those things are always changing. Like what agents are looking for is always changing, so I have to like kind of, there are agents here that I definitely have queried in the past. What they're looking for is changes, even though I'm always writing my rom-coms. That's what's going on there. Just kind of using a different side of my brain for a little bit. And I don't think I'm gonna write any more today. I don't know, we'll see if I end up finishing that chapter, because I would like to have one more chapter done today, because then I would have finished 4. I'm trying to get back on TikTok in a real way. I'm trying to become a TikTok person, an author talk person. Follow me on TikTok if you don't already. I think it's Pia's Pages, I don't really know. Or it might be my name, it might be Pia LaBlaga. That's my name. But I'm watching some Lost and I'm doing some research on literary agents, because that also is gonna like help me like reinvigorate like my spark for wanting to work on this. I know I'm not querying today, so when I say these people are open now, they might not be open in a month when I am querying, but I'm really doing these such minor changes and there's like rewording, tweaking, shifting, little minor things that I'm like, I am getting to that point where I'm like, I'm feeling like I need to gear up for this, and I don't want to be unprepared when that time comes. So that's what's going on. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to write more tomorrow, so we're gonna see how that goes, because I won't be able to write Monday because I have class. Tomorrow is definitely up for grabs, and I do need to read today. So that's the update there. I did watch football last night. I don't know if I took a clip, I don't really remember. I don't know. Hi friends. I did work on my query list. I got it up to like 30 names. Some people are open, some people are closed, but a lot of people are open right now, which is very happy, which is very happy for me, which is very exciting for me. So hopefully they'll be open in a month when I'm ready to query. Even though I like lost my momentum a little bit, I got it back and I worked on 2 more chapters. So I did end up doing another 5 chapters today, which is really exciting. I think I'm really happy with this pace, and I'm really happy with the quality of the writing that I am, like genuinely, like with the quality of like the story, and on a line level, like I really like the things that are happening. And I kind of found myself, I was like adding things in, and then I would read and I would be like, oh, I already have this here. Exciting. Yeah, I read a chapter, I can't remember what chapter it was. I think it was 9. Chapter 9 I really liked. Was it chapter 9? There was one chapter I read and I really liked it, and I could tell like I kind of like went a little artsy fartsy with it. Like I can have like a literary little voice, and I just kind of like described the setting a little bit more, and that's something I'm also need to sprinkle in a little bit more here and there. I got 2 art prints today, which are so cool. Do you want to see them? Do you want to see them? I'll show you. So I got this cutie little like chocolate chip cookie baking print, and then sorry, I got better. And then I got this pasta print. Isn't that so cute? Going to work on this book every free moment. I'm kind of taking my schedule in the same way that I've always done when I have been in classes, which is that I always focus all of my efforts and attention on school on the days when I have class. So that's my days when I do homework, when I do projects. I always do that on days when I have class, and I don't focus on writing at all. And then on the other days, I get to focus on writing. So for me, I only have 2 classes this semester, so 5 days where I can write. Currently unemployed. Hopefully that will be will be changed by Monday. Hopefully I will have a job. And that will also factor into my ability to write and my writing time and things like that. But I'm taking advantage of the time that I have. And I think that's like the key in working writing into your life, is taking advantage of the time that you have. So I'm going to crack open a cold one. I started watching Lost again, so I might watch some more Lost. And I'm going to probably read for the rest of the night. I'm reading We Got the Beat, which is a YA rom-com right now. And I'm also rereading The Raven Boys. And then I have to read Looking for Alaska for my class. So those are the things that I'll be reading. Do they have the Looking for Alaska audiobook on Spotify? Because like, what are the odds I actually don't want to physically read it? I've been in a big audiobook mood recently. I want to say the word count in this book is going up, which is not like my intention necessarily, but I do think this will sit around like 85,000 words, which is perfectly fine for a YA rom-com, with the addition of the epilogue and all the things that I'm adding in, because I think I've written like 2,000 more words. Like I think I wrote like 1,000 words today, and I think I wrote like 1,000 words yesterday. Do that every 5 chapters, 1,000 words. There's 30 chapters. You do the math. But I'm glad I got like a lot of like little random bits done today, and I'm very happy with my progress in this writing vlog. Great start to the draft 3 process. Let me know what stage you are at with your writing process. If you are querying, oh my god, in the trenches, if you are drafting, what you guys are up to. I am going to try to, now that I'm, you know, working on this, really getting it done, gearing up, being more consistent in my writing. I will definitely be posting more writing vlogs as they come up, and I so hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to all the things, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!